Hello friends, I am Neeta Kulkarni and today we are going to discuss the point cable television. That is one point in chapter number 6, which is fiber optical communication system design and future trends. So related to the future trends in optical communication, we are going to discuss the point cable television. So all of us are using this facility in our day-to-day life. So in this we are going to discuss what is the concept of cable television, how it works, what is its structure, what are the different types of cable television services provided to the customers, what are their strategies, what is its history, all that points briefly we are going to discuss. So let us first see the history of cable television. So cable television, that is also abbreviated as CATV, it was developed in 1940 in communities unable to receive the television signal. So let us first understand that whatever is the cable television, that is a type of service which is provided to the specific areas. So it is not worldwide available, or it is not available to the multiple customers at a time. So if we consider our previous channels of TV like Doordarshan, or in Marathi if we consider that Sahyadri, so all these services are available to the multiple users, or number of users using this facility are more in numbers, so they are not some area specific. But if we consider this cable television, that is a facility provided to the particular area only, that is not available to the public on a large scale. So basically it was invented in communities which were unable to receive the cable, or which were unable to receive the television signals. The cities of Mahanoy City and Lansford, as well as Astoria, Oregon, are credited with having been this first set of communities in the US. So basically the CATV, it was invented in the US. So here is stepwise all that history points are given. What is important about such communities is that it provides a basic blueprint of how cable television started in the US. Each example started as a pragmatic solution to the problem of poor television reception. So in history they have mentioned that the areas which were unable to get the television signals, those are from US. So those have invented the concept of cable television. So one such cable system which was started in 1948 in Mahanoy City, PA, to cope up with the problem of poor television reception. In Mahanoy City, a coal mining town of 10,000 people in the Appalachians, reception from the three television networks 86 miles away in the location was all about non-existent. An appliance store owner by the name of John Wolson could not sell any TV sets to the local residents. The lack of reception prevented Wolson from demonstrating his television set. So here is a picture shown. He is the seller of the television. So because of the services not available to the particular location, he was not able to sell his television. So the concept of cable television started, and from that 1948 it was invented the concept of cable television. That is the history of cable television. It was invented in first in the US. Then let us see now what is the construction, or what is the working principle of cable television. So cable television, in simple language, let us first understand, it is a service which is provided by some local subscriber to the users. So for example, if we consider Solapur cable television, that will give the services of cable television only to the Solapur region. So it will not be available to the outside users. So based on that we will consider this construction, or we will see the architecture of cable television. Cable television is wired communication to the home. So it is one of the broadcasting service. So broadcasting service, when we say, its meaning is it is directly provided to the end user. So if we are the customer for this service, directly the television service is provided to the end user. So cable television is a wired communication to the home. A cable television system is a communication system that distributes broadcast and satellite delivered programming by means of coaxial cable or fiber optic cable to people's home. So the basic concept is, suppose any channel it is there. First, the service for the channel it is provided by the satellite. Then from the satellite the signals are received at a particular location. We will see this diagram so that it will be clear. So if we consider that this is the end user, cable modem or TV setup converter that is shown, or some pictures of homes are shown, that is the end user. So we want service of cable television to the end user. So how this service is provided? So first, the telco or voice or data network that is providing the service to the cable TV head end. So head end is nothing but it is a central server that is accumulating signals from all the various satellites, or it is accumulating the signal from various broadcasting stations, and through this cable television head end the service it is distributed to the particular users. So whatever are the main signals, those are transmitted, and first the signals are received by the cable television head end, that is through the antenna. So through telco voice data network these signals are received at cable television head end, and then through this cable television head end with the help of hybrid fiber coax network, that signals are distributed to the different subscribers based on their request or which package they are applying for. So 3 points are here mainly. We have to consider 3-4 points. First is transmitting station that will transmit the broadcasting service. Through the antennas it is collected first at cable television head end, that is we can consider it as a central server, and through the hybrid fiber coax network it is distributing the services to the end user. So for distribution of these services to the end user, either the coaxial cable is used or the optical fiber cable it is used. So in this diagram the structure of coaxial cable it is shown. So inner side it is having conductor that is surrounded by some protective coatings that consist of plastic foam, plastic sheathing or outer conductor. So either coaxial cables or fiber optic cables are used in this particular network for distribution of the signals from cable TV head end to the particular end users. So here we will see what is the architecture of the hybrid fiber coaxial network. So the cable distribution network it is patterned after tree and branch architecture using a combination of fiber optic cable and coaxial cable. So this station is basically collecting the signals from the central head end and it is distributing it to the end users. The head end point is the cable system's master receiving site for all incoming broadcast and satellite fed programming. So as we discussed, it is acting as a central server which is receiving all the incoming broadcast and satellite fed programming signals. The cable operator uses both over the air television antennas and satellite earth stations to receive and process all incoming the signals. Then the signals from the head end point are distributed to population centers or neighborhoods or heavy duty cable called trunk lines. The trunk lines are generally attached to the utility poles. So that is the part of the distribution network. Then since the start of 1990, the technical capabilities of cable operating systems have been greatly enhanced with the integration of fiber optic cable. So along with the coaxial cable, in this distribution network, if optical fiber cables are also used, the efficiency of the system it is increased. Then here is the structure of distribution network, HFC network architecture. So the input it is given by the head end. Then here if we consider through the combination of coaxial cable and optical fiber cable, the signals are distributed along the different subscribers related to the different areas and based on the service which they are having in their package. So that is having the structure. One by one the signals are provided to the specific areas. So that is the distribution network. So 2-3 points, as I said, we have to consider. First one, it is the, in this diagram, the cable television head end, that is acting as a master server which collect all the broadcasting signals collectively, and then through the hybrid fiber coaxial network, that signals are distributed to the end user. So we have seen right now the hybrid fiber network structure. This is the structure of the distribution network. Then we will see the broadband communication system, which is related to this cable television. So basically the term broadband communication is frequently used as synonym for cable television. So as we discussed, whenever we are considering cable television services, all those services come under the broadcasting services. So broadcasting, its meaning is, it describes any technology that is capable of delivering multiple channels of service to the home. So at the time, this broadcast communication system can give its service to the 100 number of people or 1000 number of people. So it is having the capability to deliver its service to the multiple channels. Then broadband is also a term used to describe the delivery of high-speed internet access via a cable modem or DSL. That is the basic thing related to broadband communication system. Then in this cable television, one more communication media it is used, or one more concept it is used in the signal distribution network, that is digital cable. So what is the digital cable? So digital cable is a cable that with which the operators are able to offer greater choice and quality than is possible with analog television. So cable operators usually use the digital technology to compress the video signals, because the cable service, it has to transmit the video signals, audio signals, message signals, different data signals are available that it has to transmit. So for that, the digital cable, it is the better option. Cable operators use digital technology to compress the video signals, allowing more than one program service to be carried in the bandwidth space normally required for one analog program service. Typically, the signal it is sent to the home and decompressed in the set-top box for display on the television. So with the use of this digital cable, at a time the multiple signals can be transmitted along a single channel. That is the concept of digital cable. Then digital cable can provide a host of new services such as video on demand, interactive television, and commercial free CD quality music. Also, digital television allows cable operators and program networks to offer high definition television complete with Dolby digital sound and resolution of 720 or 1080 active scanning lines respectively. So these are some features which are provided with the help of the digital cable. So 2-3 points basically we have considered under the structure. So it is mainly considered the blocks, that main head end, that is acting as a server. It accepts all the signals from broadcasting stations through antennas. Then it uses the distribution network for distribution of these signals to the multiple end users based on their locations. And for this transmission, the digital cable it is used. Then cable television, what is the business considerations in the cable television, that we will discuss now. The business of cable television consists of two primary sets of players, including the cable television operator and the cable television supplier. So cable television consists of mainly these two elements: cable television operator and cable program supplier. The cable operator is responsible for providing cable television service to the community. So while based on this particular point, the short note can be asked or the question can be asked: explain the cable television, its structure and working. So in this working you can add this particular point. So which elements are there in the cable television? So obviously it consists of two elements: cable television operator and the cable television programmer. So the cable television operator is the person who is providing service to the community. The cable operator packages a diverse set of program services and charges the subscribers a fee accordingly. So operator is nothing but it is the service provider that designs the different programs, and he decides the rates for the particular package or for the particular set of programs. So these are some of the cable operators: Comcast, Cox, Charter Communication. These are the some of the examples of cable operator. Then the program supplier. Then the program supplier is responsible for delivering program services to the cable operator. So whoever are the different, so we can consider it as a different channels. So the different channels are considered as the program supplier. A program supplier can include both the broadcast television networks, for example CBS, ABC, NBC and Fox, as well as cable network suppliers, that is the local channels. So the program supplier may include uh, the channels which are available to the multiple number of users, as well as some of the, we can say, private and public channels. We can say which are available on very broad scale, those are the public channels, and which are available at very small scale, those are the private channels. So program suppliers break down into two major categories: advisors and pay supporter services. So here is one example of program supplier, HBO. It is mentioned: the real move to modern The real move to modern cable television began on November 1972 when a fledgling company named Homebox Office began supplying movies to 365 subscribers on the service electrical cable television in Wilkes-Barre. So here is the some specifications or history of that HBO. From the beginning, HBO developed three important strategies that helped to promote its rapid growth, including it is the creation of distinct, highly differentiated television programming, the use of monthly per channel fee, the use of microwave and later satellite communication. So here are some of the points related to HBR given. So it was not the first company to introduce a monthly per channel fee service. They were the first to make it work successfully. Then the how the cable networking works, that we will see. HBO utilized microwave and later satellite communications for the transmission of programming rather than distribution by videotape. Prior to HBO, there was no precedent for the extensive use of satellite delivered programming in the US. HBO in 1975 decision to use satellite communication was significant in two ways. So it has firstly used the satellite services. First, it demonstrated the feasibility of using satellite communication for long distance television distributed. As a consequence, HBO was able to create an efficient distribution network for the delivery of its programming to cable operators. So HBO, it was the first cable supplier which has used the satellite communications for long distance transmission. And secondly, the development of satellite or cable interface would user in a whole new era of cable programmers that were equally capable of leasing satellite time and delivering their programs directly to the cable operating system. So here are the detailed, some of the points related to HBO are considered. Then The concept of cable networking, it was born through the use of the HBO. So the born of principle of cable networking, that is television programs designed exclusively for cable operating systems. So these are some points related to history of the cable suppliers. Then that is the additional information we can consider. Then if we consider cable economics, cable television is often considered a natural monopoly, that is one of the kind service in the community in which it operates. But there are some obligations for the cable television. It must provide service in non-discriminative basis. It must maintain quality level of the service, and the right for cable service providers are: it is allowed to make all programming decisions, and it is allowed to make sufficient return on investment. So these are some rules and regulations, and right, those are provided to the cable suppliers. They must provide service on non-discriminative basis. They must maintain the quality of the service, and the rights with them are: they are allowed to make all programming decisions, and they are allowed to make sufficient return on investment. Then the top 5 cable operating systems here are mentioned: Comcast, Time Warner Cable, Chartercom, Cox Communications, Adelphia Cablevision. Adelphia has been sold in a joint acquisition by Comcast and Time Warner. So these are the top 5 cable operating systems examples. So broadcasting and cable. So both these points are related to each other. Historically, the relationship between the broadcasters and cable industry can be considered antagonistic. So both are related to each other. Beginning in the early 1980s, the US under the Reagan administration actively promoted the cause of economic deregulation. The passage of the Cable Act of 1984 was especially important to the cable industry. Then what is the impact of cable television on the broadcasting? So obviously, as both the things are related to each other, cable television had important impact on the broadcasting. One of the direct consequences of increased programming and limited capacity is that the broadcast industry has experienced a steady decline in broadcast television market share. In response, most of the major television networks also had own cable network services. For example, because of the impact of cable television, the broadcasting channels, their demand, it was decreased, or there was some decline in their broadcasting market. So they also started where there some of the channels. The examples are Disney, Viacom, News Corporation, GE. That are some of the examples started by their own. Then cable television programming for a cable operating system, it differs significantly from broadcasting. A broadcaster is responsible for programming one channel, whereas a cable operator must program a multiple channel. So that is the difference between the cable television programming and the cable television broadcaster. Cable television programming is related to only one channel, but broadcaster is responsible for programming, or we can say that programming for one cable operating system differs significantly from broadcasting. Broadcaster is responsible for programming of one channel, whereas a cable operator must program a multi-channel television service that can range in size from 60 to 250 plus channels. So that is the point related to cable television programming. So here are some of the types of cable programming: basic cable, expanded basic, pay cable television, enhanced information services. So these are some of the services which are, or these are some of the ways in which the cable programming it is done and service is provided to the user. Then the basic cable, the point is, it is the gateway service. So these are all the additional points that we can consider. It is basic cable is the gateway service that all subscribers must take in order to obtain expanded basic and or premium service. So basic television consists of approximately 20 to 30 services. So these are all the cable programming type. Which type of services are provided by the cable? So basic type of service is basic cable. Expanded basic, so basic service consists of 20 to 30 services. Expanded basic, it consists of additionally some programs are added in the service. Pay cable television, it is charging the customer an additional fee for right to receive the premium television channel or service. So that is the third service, pay cable television, that charges the extra fees for a particular service. Then if we see if we look the future of the cable television, the cable industry is currently undergoing a major redefinition as to its core business. While television entertainment will continue to be the main engine that drives the cable television forward, the very nature of programming will undergo a profound change. So television is the basic service that is provided by this cable television as a entertainment, but there will be lot of change in the programming related to cable television in the future days. So today's cable operator is much more than a purveyor of television entertainment, rather cable delivery of broadcasting communication service. It makes possible a whole host of utility and value added feature, including local governance, local government, public safety, healthcare, education and business. Then a multi-channel, in the multi-channel universe, the origins of entertainment, information and utility based services become less distinguishable. The future of electronic media will come to include a variety of entertainment and information based on services and give new meaning to the term programming. So we can summarize this as, nowadays the main facility provided by cable television is entertainment television. Along with that, it is providing some services or information related to local government, public safety, healthcare, education as well as business. But in the future, this can be the emerging media which will help the society for related to this different aspect. The origins, so in the multi-channel universe, along with the origin of entertainment, information and utility based service, it becomes a major communication media related to the societal activities. So this is the future of the cable television. So in this we have covered what is the concept of cable television, what is its history, what is its architecture, what are the different types of services provided. So whatever are the last slides, those are the additional part related to cable television. But whenever the question it is asked in the exam, you are supposed to write the basic concept of cable television, history of cable television, how it works, its diagram, its architecture, and what are the different types of services provided by the cable television, that you are supposed to explain. Okay, thank you.